Guys, welcome to our fourth video on urinary system models. All right, this model that we're looking at here is a lot like one we saw previously. We can see a lot of similar things. Starting with right here, we can see a pair of arcuate arteries. Then coming off each one, I can see an interlobar artery there and there. Coming off the interlobar arteries, I can see a bunch of afferent arterioles, lots of afferent arterioles. Now, I don't see the glomerulus because the glomerulus is encased by the glomerular capsule. So I do see these green glomerular capsules. That's actually the outer layer that we're looking at, the parietal layer. So we see the parietal layer of the glomerular capsule there. Now, I also see a lot of other good stuff here that I've met before. I see efferent arterioles. Notice how the efferent arterioles are definitely smaller in diameter than the afferents. The efferent arterioles, by being smaller in the diameter, that is going to increase the pressure in the glomerulus, which is going to enhance filtration. All right, I can also see some paratubular capillaries here. Excellent. And then I can see some interlobular veins and also some arcuate veins down here. Now, what about the tubular structures, the structures that carry the filtrate? Well, I definitely see this orange-ish guy. That's the proximal convoluted tubule. And then I actually see an orange and purple structure. So it's both orange and purple here. That is my loop of Henle. And then this purple coiled guy up here is my distal convoluted tubule emptying into a couple of collecting ducts. So I see a collecting duct here, and I see a collecting duct here as well. So lots of stuff, but many of these things we've seen already. Okay, this model is kind of like a best of both worlds here. Got some new stuff, got some old stuff. We definitely see this renal cortex here. Check out the nice fibrous capsule right there as well. I got a renal pyramid down here that I'm in. This is renal pyramid right here. Nice renal pyramid. Don't know why I did that so crazily. What else do I see? Well, I see some blood vessels. I got my I got my arcuate artery right there. I got my interlobar artery right there. I see some afferent arterioles. And I see some glomeruli right there. But I don't see any efferents. This model was like, I can't show you everything. So I don't see any efferents. But what else do I see? I see some more good stuff. I see my parietal glomerular capsule sliced here and unsliced in these guys. Coming out of the parietal glomerular capsule, I am going to see my proximal convoluted tubule, all these yellowish guys here. They are giving rise to my loops of Henle, which I am seeing here, and here, and here, and here, loops of Henle. Loops of Henle then give rise to my distal convoluted tubules, tagging those with some red arrows. Distal convoluted tubules then empty into my collecting duct. Awesome. So, lots of good stuff here. One other thing I can see, if I go over to this side, I can see a little hint of paratubular capillary right there. A little hint of vasa recta right there. So definitely a lot of good stuff in this model. All right, this guy, I want you to totally pause this video here. You should absolutely pause this video. Well, not yet. Pause it. I'll tell you when, okay? In this video, I want you to find an interlobar artery. I want you to find an arcuate artery. I want you to find both the artery and the vein. So I want you to find the artery and the vein for these guys. I want you to find afferent and efferent arterioles. I want you to find peritubular capillaries. So I want you to find all these things. Peritubular. I'm going to spend a lot of time just writing this stuff out. Peritubular capillaries. I want you to find a parietal glomerular capsule. I want you to find your proximal convoluted tubule, your loop of Henle, your distal convoluted tubule as well. I also want you to find the vasa recta, and I want you to find a collecting duct. So all that stuff. So pause it right now. Find all that stuff for me. Okay? Cool. All right. This is a model with more of the same. It's kind of a theme we got going here. Here's the fibrous capsule. This is my cortex. Down here would be my medulla. Got an arcuate artery. Got interlobular artery. I see afferent arterioles. I see glomeruli. Lots of glomeruli. And then I can see some little stubs of efferent arterioles as well. I see some peritubular capillaries here. And I see an interlobular vein as well. Now, over on the left-hand side, I do see my parietal glomerular capsules. And then I see these green proximal convoluted tubules. They're not really convoluted enough for me. Then I see some loops of Henle. And I also see some distal convoluted tubules, the brownish ones. One right there. And then I see a lovely collecting duct. So more stuff that we've seen already. Okay, this has got no new stuff right here. You should be able to find the glomerulus right here. Looks like we've got an afferent and efferent arteriole leading to and from it. We've got a parietal glomerular capsule. We got a proximal convoluted tubule right here. We got a loop of Henle. Then we got a distal convoluted tubule as well. So no real new stuff. This guy, though, gives me something new. Definitely got something new here. Happy about that. I can see my afferent and efferent arterioles. Then the reddish tubes here are my glomerulus, my glomerular capillaries, in other words. They're fenestrated capillaries. You knew that already, I'm sure. Now, covering these fenestrated capillaries, I am going to see some cells. These cells are called podocytes. And podocytes make up the visceral layer of the glomerular capsule. And podocytes have these feet that wrap around the glomerular capillaries, and these feet have these toes, and the toes wrap around, and that helps form a filter because it's harder for big things to get out of the capillary and between the podocytes. All right, I can also see here a proximal convoluted tubule right there. All right, that'll do it for this one. Bye.